right, here we are, chapter 6, lesson 2, estimate quotients. And our essential question is, how does division affect numbers? And yesterday we talked about multiplying or dividing by a multiple of 10. Okay, so if we know what 14 divided by 7 is, what's 14 divided by 7? 2. Then what's 140 divided by 7? Okay, and what would be 1,400 divided by 7? 200. So we're just adding zeros, right? All right, so we're going to look on page 335. Okay, this is lesson 2. And at the very top, it says there are different ways to estimate quotients. What's quotient again? We talked about this yesterday. What's quotient? The answer to a division problem, okay? And then it goes on to say one way to use compatible numbers. What are compatible numbers? They are numbers that are easy to compute mentally, okay? So when we estimate, that helps us be able to divide mentally, like we did with 1,400 divided by 7. We knew that it was 200, okay? So let's look at example 1. And make sure that we're doing cubes. It says circuses have been around for more than 200 years. They sometimes travel by train. Suppose a circus travels 642 miles in 8 hours. Estimate the quotient of 642 and 8 to find out about how many miles per hour. So we got a lot going on here. Okay? What is one thing that we can eliminate? When we do cubes, we circle the numbers, we underline the question, we box in math action words, and we eliminate things. Is there anything we don't need? 200. It doesn't really matter that the circus has been around $200 or 200 years. That's not going to help us, is it? Answer the question? No. So we are estimating. Also, another clue is about tells us that we're going to be estimating, or what's the other word? Rounding, okay? And then we're finding the quotient. And what was quotient again? Answer to a division problem. Good job. So here we are, 642 divided by 8. And 642 is close to 640, isn't it? Very close. And 640 and 8 are compatible. If you're not sure what compatible means, I'm going to show you. I could write down my multiples of my 8. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. Do you see where 64 is here? Okay? So that tells me that 64 is compatible, which means we're going to take what we learned yesterday, and that means 640 is compatible, okay? That means basically that 8 will go into it evenly, okay? So 64 divided by 8 is what? 64 divided by 8. What's 64 divided by 8? 8. And then we add a 0. So 640 divided by 8 is 80. So the train is traveling about 80 miles per hour.
You don't even have to round it.
Huh?
You don't even have to.
Well, we rounded 640. You round before you divide, okay? Always round before you multiply or divide. All right, is everyone good with that? So we're taking what we learned yesterday and putting it to use today. All right, so let's look at example 2. Everyone's on the next page with me? It says Isabella has 6 tea sets in her collection. The collection is worth $1,168. Each tea set is worth the same amount of money. About how much is each tea set worth? So we are going to estimate $1,168 divided by 6. Okay? So, first thing I'm going to do is write my 6's down, okay? Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. And now we're looking for a compatible number, but 1,168 is close to 1,200. And I see right here that 12 is compatible with 6, right? So I can divide 1,200 and 6 because they're compatible numbers, okay? Because you can divide them mentally. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. So what's 1,200 divided by 6? $200.
This is helpful hint, but it just tells you the answer.
Yep. All right, is everyone good? All right. Another way, which is what we did, use a basic fact and place value. So what basic multiplication fact is close to the numbers, which we did when we did our multiples. And we know 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 20 is 120. So 6 times 200 is 1,200. So each tea set is worth about $200. Don't forget your dollar signs. Okay, yesterday we talked a little bit. When we did subtraction, we could use addition to check our work. And here we can use multiplication. So 1,200 divided by 6 we decided is 200. And so 200 times 6 is 1,200. So that is correct. So we have the correct answer. All right. Let's look at number 1. The first thing it says is estimate, so we know we're going to be rounding. And then we're going to check our work with multiplication. So the first thing I'm going to do is write my 4's down. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I'll stop there. So, what can I round 161 to have a compatible number? 160. So I'm going to round 161 to 160 and divide by 4. What is 160 divided by 4?
80.
Okay, let's look at it this way. What is 16 divided by 4? Number 1? Okay, come down here and use this. Right here, 16. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. So what's 160 divided by 4? 40. And then we can check and go backwards. 40 times 4. Let's see what 40 times 4 is. 4 times 0?
0.
And 4 times 4?
16.
So is that right?
Yep.
Yep. All right.